song. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Well, I did
Damn.
start it. So,
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Welcome to the Talking Bastard podcast. Let's get it started. Let's get going.
Let's start this motherfucker.
Let's start this motherfucker. I don't even know. Oh, here it is. Let's get the intro.
You keep that keistered. I'll just.
I don't think I can do that. Sounds like an extreme workout.
Oh
Yeah, what would y'all do if y'all were a ghost?
If I was a ghost,
Yeah, like if y'all were
I'd be
a ghost.
fucking with people.
He's got the resolution down.
You're explaining Bigfoot to me like he's a Pokemon.
This is what happens.
Probably is.
Hasn't been caught yet, so.
Right.
This sounds fucking stupid.
I need to change that intro.
Why do you say that?
Get Malone's voice out of there. Just added it. This is Cake Town.
Yeah, I need to upgrade it a little bit, huh?
I know. Yeah. Just change it. Get try and get Stiegel back on here. And everybody else.
Yeah, I know, right?
Watch out, everybody else.
He needs to reemerge from the depths of Washington.
I know. He just is constantly working. Constantly.
Yeah, I know. Look, good for him if that's what he's doing, you know.
I know, right?
Yeah, do what you got to do. It ain't easy being cheesy.
What would you want? What do you want? A hamburger? Double cheeseburger? Whatever he says in that.
Yeah, it's in what is it in I think it's like Family Guy. That's from. Yeah, it's because the dude checks for Cheetah, and then he's like chopping up Cheetos and snorting Cheetos, and he punches the table and he busts his hands all cut up, and he's like, "It ain't easy being cheesy."
And it's also on the Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. When he's,
I got the fries that will. What is it? I got
Yeah.
the fries that will blind your eyes, or some shit like that. I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the burgers. I just got the burgers.
Well, I'm Brother Zachary Ellis.
I am the hooded warrior. Jose Rod.
/ Raisin Packer.
Yeah. The Raisin Man. Raisin Man.
Well, that's the end of this podcast. Later.
Okay. Thanks for listening.
Just end it right there.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what the? That's the shortest podcast ever.
Man, I hope that these motherfuckers jump on while we're on. They're like, oh shit, I'm late. And fucking
They
jump
probably
on.
won't.
Probably.
They got
They're
more
probably asleep.
important things. Sleeping. That's all they do is sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Especially Josh, when he has to work all night.
But he didn't work last night, did he?
No, he only works Sunday to
Sunday through Thursday.
Thursday.
Right? Yeah.
Need to-
So today he should have been up. He hasn't been
He
on
should
in
have
like
been.
3 weeks.
I know he hasn't been on. Hoping to get Gagala on here.
That'd be dope.
I know,
Yeah.
because he feels like he could be funny because he wants to start his own podcast.
Yeah, but you know, life moves fast in LA. It's a fast moving city. You know,
Is it?
I mean, the times that I've been there, it seems like somebody always had somewhere to go, something to do. Like, I can imagine living there. You know what I mean? Like, you might be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the podcast," but you have 20 dudes that be like, "Hey, let's go to brunch and play golf." What do you get? Like,
Let's go to brunch and suck each other's buttholes.
yeah. I mean,
I
Dick.
feel like that's dick. that's how it goes in LA. So Gags is probably slurping a lot of peener.
Yeah, I was in LA last weekend. Yeah, it was last weekend.
What'd you do there?
We went to the aquarium in Long Beach. Pretty dope. Pretty massive aquarium.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks cool from the outside too. Like I think it looks cooler on the outside than it does on the inside.
Is
Just
it
looks.
expensive?
Yeah, it was like $40 per person, but it was pretty cool. In that area that was in Long Beach, if you can tolerate the crowd, like if you can tolerate the traffic and everybody, it's a pretty good time. And then I went to the actual Long Beach beach, which was dope as hell because it was not crowded. Parking was easy as hell, and it was it's just not crowded, so it was awesome. And the water wasn't that cold.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't freezing at all?
No, yet again, I didn't get in all the way, but still.
Close the door.
So how are you, Brother Zachary Ellis? What are the teachings of our Lord and Savior have been saying to you in your dreams?
So I had this dream the other day that the end of times is coming. We have destructions, we have earthquakes, we have tornadoes, groups of gays coming after everybody. And so in the Bible and the Book of Mormon, it explains how the end of times is coming and is near, and how there'll be wars everywhere. There'll be destruction everywhere. And that will be the signs that Jesus is coming for a second time.
Well, I wonder what Jesus is gonna do when he gets here. Like, is he gonna be like, "Oh no, this is too much for me," and go back to heaven?
He'll probably come down. He'll get he'll see how the liberals are working. He'll support the BLMs. He'll come down, do the fisting, the fist the air, and he'll probably start looting and burning things as with them.
Like protesting Starbucks for not having more free coffee. It's like, I want my free coffee. It's like, sir, we don't have that promotion. It's like, I don't care. You're being racist. As I drink my Starbucks.
Racist Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, he would be a dark man, wouldn't he? Or would he?
He'd be darker.
Like tan?
Yeah, like tan. Like probably a little bit darker than me. A little bit, if not like the same tone.
Oh.
And it's funny because Catholics have imagery in their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So every time they have like a picture of like the Sacred Heart or something, it always shows Jesus as a pretty white man with blue eyes and this and that. And I'm like, I don't think Jesus looked that good. He was probably more scruffy and I don't know, like tan, and he didn't have blue eyes. He probably had like brown eyes or something. Because where he was born, like nobody over there had blue eyes and shit. The fuck, like.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mormon one is kind of similar, I guess.
You guys have images too?
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, I didn't think that. I thought the Catholic religion was the only one that used like imagery.
This is the Mormon Jesus pictures. You've probably seen them in like memes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have actually.
I think this one has been in memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see the one where he's like sitting on a tree talking to people.
Yeah. No, that's Mormon.
Yeah, that one is.
I've seen it in Catholic stuff before too. This doesn't really matter.
No, not really. This is Ric Flair right here.
Is that in Utah?
Yeah, that's Utah.
Dude, that's wild. What is it? What is that? A vuvuzela? What is that?
What is the statue?
No, the thing he's blowing. What is that? Like, is he pounding a yard of beer? Or
that's a kazoo.
Looks like a vuvuzela. You ever seen a vuvuzela? Those long.
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's like this South African thing that they used to do at soccer games, but they banned them because they were so annoying.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. It's
Like,
those plastic long things.
Yeah, those long things. Yeah.
That's funny if that's
I remember,
what it is.
I remember watching the 2010 World Cup that was in South Africa, and all you can hear is
Mhm.
the whole fucking game. And then people all around the world started using them, and they banned them because they were so annoying.
That's funny. Yeah, they think that when the end of times and Jesus is coming, the horn is gonna blow.
Oh, I think I've heard something like that.
Stuff like stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mom gets all excited because she's like, the end is near. I'm like, no, it's not.
The end is near. Jesus is gonna show up, and then Michael's gonna be in the office like, "Oh my God, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
Whoops. I know, right?
Stay fucking calm!" And Dwight's
Stay
gonna be
calm,
like,
everybody.
"Remember your training."
While eating a beet.
Yeah, he's like, "The door's hot. What do we do?"
We used to sit at church, and then we'd look at the paintings at church, and then we would try and like come up with things that these people were saying to each other in the moment.
Yeah.
Like this one right here, where Jesus is talking to these kids, and then you're just like, "Hey, little Timmy, I noticed that you were throwing rocks through windows or something stupid. I can't think of anything."
Hey, little Timmy.
Hey, little Timmy.
Yeah. So, I think we were talking about what are we going to talk about, or a general topic for the podcast, because I feel like we talk about a topic and then we just fucking just go on a rabbit hole
tangent of something.
Yeah, of something. It ends up going somewhere else, so we never stay on topic too well. But fuck it, you know.
It can't be too fun to just stay on topic.
Yeah, no. You have to go off script sometimes, man. They don't pay us for this shit.
True.
Yeah,
I know. Who the hell does pay us?
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith, our Lord and Savior. What's that, Smith?
What do you think life is?
What is life? What is it? What do I
like?
think?
What do you actually think it is? Do you think it's we just evolved, or do you think that it's like God or whatever? Or what do you think it is? Because I've been thinking about it, and I have a theory of what it probably is, or what I think it might be.
It's such a hard thing to like think about, because you go through your whole life getting taught one thing, and then you grow up and you start learning new things, and you're like, is it this way? Is it that way? Is there really a man that's floating around in the sky that's answering these prayers of people?
No, man.
I think it's, I don't know. I feel like we evolved from something, that we were generated from something. Not, I don't know. Probably some sort of organism, something. We had to have like evolved from something.
I think there's a higher power, and we got put here because it's just we're considered animals or mammals or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're so different from actual animals. At the same time, we're not anything like them. To be like animals, they have instincts, and I think we only have one instinct that we could actually say, like, that's the only thing that our minds will do without us really saying anything, and it's just going to happen. Yeah. And I think that instinct is to survive. We only have, we can't even say that our instinct is to reproduce like other animals can, because we could choose not to reproduce. We have that in our heads, and we have that ability to be like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Animals don't have that. Animals are like, fuck, it's I'm heating up and this and that. I'm gonna go make a baby, like, and then they can't control it.
It's like my cat. So she fucking was in heat, and she just run around screaming around the house trying to find a mate.
Yeah,
And then she gets out. She disappears for 3 days.
she's probably pregnant.
She is. She's totally pregnant. She's gone for 3 days. She comes back all scrawny, and like comes in, wants to eat, and like a little bit later, like as it goes on, I was like, I think she's pregnant, because her nipples started getting like pinker and
Bigger,
stuff like that. And she's a black cat, and so it's pretty noticeable to see her nips. And
Yeah, she's definitely pregnant.
and her stomach started getting bigger and bigger. And I was kind of like, I think she's pregnant. And I was listening to her stomach, and you can hear stuff in there. It kind of sounds like, like if you put your ear up to someone else's stomach, you can hear like
Guts and
organs
stuff. Yeah.
And but you hear like when you hear a baby in a womb. And then I was listening really carefully, and I could hear heartbeats. And I was like, those are heartbeats in there. And now her stomach's fatter, and you can feel like cats inside there.
Yeah, my roommate had a cat that did the same thing. She fucking ran off. And the funny part about it is that both of my roommates were on leave, so they weren't home. So I was home alone with this fucking cat, and she fucking was trying to run off, and I was chasing her, and she went by this fence, and I tried to pick her up, and she scratched me, so I kicked her. And I was like, fuck it, if you want to leave, whatever. And then she came
Peter
back.
bust through your window.
Yeah, she came back, and then she had I know she was pregnant. Like, we all knew. Like, by this time, all my roommates were back, and I was like, dude, your cat's pregnant. He's like, yeah, I know, whatever. But then one day I come home from work, and then her water breaks. Like, you get some shit came out of her, and I'm like, fuck. So I put her in the garage with I put her like in the dog bed, put pillows everywhere, some newspaper, water, food, and because my roommate didn't do any of that. Like, I was the one doing it for her. And next morning we wake up to go to work, and there's 2 kittens sitting next to her. And then I'm like, all right, sweet. Now she's a mom. And then I go to work, come back from work. And then by this time she had already taken, because they say that cats, like, you have to let cats do what they want with their babies. Like, don't try to move them or anything. Like, don't move them themselves to where they think it's safe. So she did that, but then she was in a closet with her 2 kittens, but she was looking at me like meowing. And I look over, and there's another one coming out, and I'm like, fuck. I put gloves on, and I'm like, I will save this baby. And I help her get the kitten out of her vagina. And she had 3 kittens.
Oh.
And yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
I probably am.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that she's gonna have a like in my bathroom or something. Like, her whole purpose through her whole day is to get into my bathroom and go lay in there.
Maybe that's where she feels safe.
Probably I go walking in there, and she's in there laying on the floor sleeping, or she'll just be in there just laying down. And if I'm in there, she has to sit next to the stupid door.
Yeah. So yeah, animals have more instincts than we do. They have the instinct to reproduce. They have the instinct to survive. They have the instinct to do a lot of things, but we only have one. One instinct is to survive. And that's it. And then the funny part about it is that we're not even guaranteed that. We're all going to die soon. So
That's true.
Like, and the reason I'm saying that is because I was listening to, you ever seen Hot Ones? The show where they invite people? Yeah. Well, Steve-O was on there. Steve-O was on there for the second time, and he said that he thinks that life is a prank. Like, some higher power is pulling a prank on us because he put us on here, gave us one instinct and one instinct only, while all the other animals have multiple. And then only one guarantee is that we're all going to die, because they're not guaranteed jack shit. You know what I mean? Like, the only guarantee we have is that death. That's the only one. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, it's kind of a good way of putting it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
And animals don't have to worry about anything, really.
no, they don't have to worry about birthdays. They don't have to worry about the Easter bunny. They don't have to worry about nothing. They just go off instinct. So pure instinct. I mean, they have personalities. A lot of them do, but nothing like that's gonna, make them worry about. Oh shit, I need to go pay the water bill. Like,
I keep watching my cat, stupid cat, and it acts like its life is so difficult sometimes. It's so funny because it's like, it's like, oh no, you're holding me. This is not what I want. Put me down. And you're just like, you little fucker, get away from me.
what's the cat's name?
I call her Miss Beaky.
Miss
She,
Beaky.
Yeah, from Family Guy, he has a parrot and he names it Mr. Beaky,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it's always on his shoulder. And she always likes to sit on my shoulder. And so I call her Miss Beaky.
Yeah, I really want to get another lizard, man. Fucking shit. Or a turtle. I'll definitely get another turtle.
Your turtle died so fast, though.
Well, it's because I didn't know this. The water here is so shit that it fucking got sick from the water.
So you need to do like purified water.
Yeah, like like clean water, not from the
Not
tap water. Yeah, that's what she got fucking sick. I didn't know that, and he fucking died. But if I get another one, I'm gonna get an albino one. It's all white turtle.
Are they expensive?
Yeah, those are expensive. I don't know. Maybe I should be like, well, your cheap one died, so what makes you think the expensive one's gonna survive?
Well, it's more expensive, so
But you would try
better
harder?
immune system.
Duh, and it's white, so
Yeah, white lasts longer.
yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna name it Dwight Jr.
Dwight? No, because Dwight was the name of the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll name this one Hitler or something. Remember, we were looking up names for the chameleon. And we were looking up Nazi names.
Yeah.
Names from Nazi generals and stuff.
I like how we were looking at all those and then came up with Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas. He was a great Nazi general from the Eastern Front. Antonio Banderas.
We spent a long time trying to find a name for that chameleon.
And then he fucking died. God damn it. And it's nothing that I did wrong as far as being prepared for it. It's like those little fucking wild card things that came into play that fucking killed my animals. The water, which I didn't know that the water here was shit or that shit to the point where he'll get sick. And then the one, I didn't know he was going to choke on a cricket. Not my fault. Some may say, oh, you shouldn't have given big crickets to him. I've seen him eat big crickets before. I didn't think it was a problem.
Right?
Like, the cricket probably went crazy in his mouth, started fucking him up in his throat or something.
Yeah, probably something. Couldn't like get it quite out or in or something like that.
Yeah. It's hard to feed some baby chameleons too, man, because it's like you got to feed them like fruit flies and shit, and they're so scared sometimes. It's kind of like, fuck.
You should have just put some like fruit in there, and so then it would cause fruit flies, and then he could have just caught fruit flies.
Well, the bad thing about fruit flies is that they fly.
Yeah,
So I would get them. I was getting wingless fruit flies that they can only jump. They couldn't like fly. So he was eating those.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, they're selling them at the pet stores. They in jars, little jars with like some hay in it, and on the bottom they have a bunch of like food or something, and they'll just what's it called? Like populate that, and there'll be more and more and more and more. And I would just open the jar and stick my hand in his enclosure, and then some of them will jump out, and then I'll just close it back up, and then he'll go to town.
Oh, little Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. So, but I know my wife wouldn't feed him. My wife would not feed the animal because it has to get fed bugs. So
Bugs.
Mm-hmm.
My wife tried barbecuing some chicken last night.
Oh God.
and so she turned the grill on, but she turned it like everything was on, like the whole, like all burners were on. She had them up high. It was just hot, and it was just 5 minutes that she's like, I just left it for 5 minutes. They were crisp. They were black.
I've definitely learned a lot from when I first started barbecuing, because I thought that that's how you had to do it. The coals had to be fucking burning hot. Like I thought that's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot, man. Thank God, because like before I had no clue how to barbecue. I acted like I knew what I was doing, but I had no fucking clue.
Everyone does.
Yeah, but now I'm pretty good at it. So.
Me too.
Or so I want to get a smoker, man. God, if I had a smoker, I'd be smoking cheese, smoking salmons, smoking weed.
The cheese, you need like a cold smoker.
Yeah, well, they have those like what's it called? They look like fridges.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And all you have to do is turn the temperature down. It'll
really?
create the smoke, but not the heat.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you can turn the temperature up if you want to smoke like a brisket or something. Like we were at Lowe's yesterday, and I just have a ball just walking around the grilling section.
Me too.
Like, oh my God, I could spend like an hour in there just walking around looking at all the grill shit and hating myself having enough money to afford all that bullshit, like, but a guy can dream,
My mom always says the difference between boys and men is the price of their toys.
What does that mean? Like
the older you get, as you become like a man, your toys pretty much get more expensive.
Yeah, but they get more useful though.
They do.
They get more
useful. Use them.
Yeah.
I'll buy like Darth Vader helmets and shit like that I can't even do anything with. Or buy video game stuff.
Yeah, like I think it was like 2 days ago. Because years ago I did a crawfish boil in my old house, and it was fucking dope. Everybody loved it, and it was awesome because it smelled like home when I was cooking it and everything. And my dumbass left the fucking pot at my old house when I moved out. I forgot to grab it. Those things are expensive, and I was like, man, I want to, for like a year and a half already, I was like, man, I want to do another crawfish boil. For some reason, I woke up on, I think it was like Friday morning, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy the pot right now. Because I have the burner, I just need the pot. And I was like, I'm going to buy the pot. I bought some crawfish seasoning and a paddle, because I use a paddle to mix it up. It looks like a boat paddle, like a canoe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, as soon as that comes in, I'm going to order a bunch of live crawfish from Louisiana and just boil that shit up and eat it like a caveman.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah, well.
Because you make your own sauce for it, right?
No.
Or is
well, you can, because it's essentially just water and then a bunch of seasoning, a bunch of Cajun seasoning, and you throw in like lemons and garlic, whole garlic, and you just throw in, some jizz, and just cook it up. You know what I mean? And the cool thing about it is that you cook them live, so
you're just throwing them in there. They're like, ah!
So it's a basket. You put them in the basket, and then you just drop the basket into the boiling water. And
wonder what they're thinking if they are like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, there's every crawfish boil that I've been to, and I've been to a lot, they say, "Oh, you can hear him scream." You listen to the pod, and my whole life I was like, "Oh, you can." Yeah. But that's just a myth. They don't scream.
What you need to do is when you're lowering them into it, you need to play the song from Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom. When they're getting lowered into the lava.
Oh yeah. Or the one from Terminator 2 when he's
I actually watched that the other day.
Yeah.
I was pretending I was a Terminator, and then my stepson was the was it T-1000, the liquid one?
Dude, that was my favorite. Fuck the other
Yeah.
ones. That was my
Right?
favorite.
That was the best one. And so we were watching. So we were me and him were just playing that we were those. And then I was like, you know what? Let's watch Terminator. And so then we watched that. At first, I didn't realize I chose the first Terminator, the Terminator. Have you actually even watched that one?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Not the first one, no. Like maybe I have, but I can't remember. T2 was the one that's like, okay, yeah. Like I remember watching that one and loving it. Like,
right?
Yeah.
And so I watched that one, and then so it was I could watch the newest Terminator, which I told you guys about, on Amazon for free. That's such a terrible, because that was just a remake of T2.
Yeah,
So
and then did you see T3?
Yeah,
T3 was garbage. I didn't like T3.
I've seen them all. Really, I
seen
just haven't seen the first one.
I seen T3 in the movie theater, and I was just like, "What is this?" It's not like, I don't know. I didn't think it was exciting as T2. T2 was just so dope. Like,
I know, right?
yeah,
And then when he walks through like the bars, and he just goes right through them.
yeah.
So cool. Well, getting back to our topic.
Oh yeah, now we're talking about the fucking Terminator.
How do we go from that to Terminator?
I don't know. This is what I'm talking about. We don't have topics. We have like subtopics, and then we just bullshit the rest of the time.
And then it just goes into something random.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day when you'd watch YouTube, and you could go into like the rabbit hole of YouTube.
Yeah, rabbit hole YouTube. Dude, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV. See, we're getting off topic again. Dude, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of movies, but I love watching YouTube. And I watch a lot of YouTube.
Me too.
That's what I watch the most is YouTube.
Same here.
Yeah, so, and it's like, it leads me to like some interesting parts. And then it gets me thinking, and then I'm on Wikipedia. Next thing you know, I'm on Wikipedia, looking shit up and reading, and then I end up on some deep rabbit hole in Wikipedia that brings me back to YouTube. Like it's a circle.
And then all of a sudden you want to build a house.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
You're just like, wow, this guy just built a home. I'm going to go out and do that right now.
What the fuck made me want to get a chameleon? Never I wanted to get like an animal. I don't know what it was. I was just like, I can't get a dog. I don't want to get a cat. What animal can I get?
Dogs.
Yeah, one of them died.
What'd you do with the other one?
It's at my wife's parents' house.
Oh.
It's sick too. It can barely walk. It's an old dog though, so I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's old or what.
There's a trend with you and animals.
That dog is not mine. It was never mine. It was my wife's and then her parents. Like, so it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but it lived with you.
Yeah, but it got sick over there when it was already living there. When it was with us, he was happy.
The one that died?
No, the one that died. Yeah, pretty much. When it was with us, it was chilling. But then it was over there, and it got sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, back to this life thing.
Yeah. So life is a prank that a higher power is pulling on us. Like he's just laughing like, motherfuckers, you only know how to do one thing and you're gonna die. And like I was talking to my lead at work the other day, and I asked him, or he asked me, I can't remember. He asked me, he's like, are you afraid of death? And I was like, no, I'm not afraid of death. And he was like, yeah, me either. I'm just curious to see what it is. Like, where do we go after this? And I was like, really, what is life? Because what in our head, what in our brain, like, let's say, like, I didn't have a kid or nothing. I didn't have no real responsibility. What in my head is like, I have to do better. I have to make more money. I have to, because think about it. I could just go be a homeless guy, not pay
Mhm.
rent, not pay bills, not worry about my credit score, not worry about jack shit except what I'm going to eat that day, which I could just climb in a dumpster and for sure find some food because this country wastes a lot of food.
Mhm.
And I'll be good. I'll be straight. I'll get a stray dog because for some reason, homeless people take really good care of their animals.
They do.
And I'll be straight. But what in my DNA is telling me no? Like you have to work and go to school and this and that because in all reality, I don't. You know.
It's how it's tradition. It's some people do it this way, and so then it catches on, and so on and so on, and they people just start doing it that way, and so then they think like, okay, this is the normal thing to do, so this is the way I'm going to do it, and so therefore going to college is the big thing to do, getting money so you can live, well and have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
And then you just keep it's something that's a normal thing to do in our lives.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It got me thinking. I was like, man, some people say that we're living in a virtual reality.
Yeah, some people say that. They say that like the sky is like a projection in that we're not really in anything. That maybe it's kind of like the Matrix where we're jacked in.
We're all hooked up in the back of the neck.
Yeah. Or
hey,
something.
but they have good steak in the Matrix. I don't know if you remember that scene when he's eating that steak.
Yes, I do. Like, I know that this is not
the steak
real.
is not real. But when I put it in my mouth, it'll be juicy, tender, and delicious.
Dude, I made a great steak the other day.
Oh yeah. See, now we're talking about steak.
Dude, my steak game has gone way up.
Yeah, I made a good steak too. I got one of those sous vide machines.
Oh, you got one finally?
Yeah, I finally got one, and it like I underestimated the fuck out of it. Like, cause you know how when you're cooking a steak on the grill, for say, it's hard to control the temperature inside the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have like one of those dial ones or whatever. But if you're just cooking with like normal gas or charcoal or something, it's hard to control it. But if you put the temperature at 120 on that thing, the steak will not go higher than 120 after it's done cooking.
Really?
Yeah. So after you're done cooking it, 120, and that's the temperature is going to stay. So when I pulled those steaks out, they were pretty rare. They weren't like blue, but they were rare. Like, like going on to medium rare, but rare, like red. And they were delicious.
Because then you just throw it on the grill, right? And then sear it?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I have to put it higher. If I want to get a medium rare, I have to put it a little bit higher because I know that the temperature is not going to go up. And I thought that the grill was going to like heat them up a little bit more, but it really didn't because I seared them so quick, so hot that they didn't get a chance to cook on the inside a little bit more. So,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I like to do that reverse one where you put it on the cold side of the grill first.
Yeah, that's when I do it on the grill. So I usually do it. I put it on the cold side and then I put it on the hot side afterwards to sear them off.
That's what life is. Life is making good food.
Trying good food. Yeah.
And beer.
And beer.
Mm-hmm.
Modelo.
And beer.
Modelo with a side of ball sack. So I was listening to, you know who Russell Brand is, right?
Yeah.
He also had like a way of describing life. He said that, or the question was that why do you think that comedians have like a better understanding of life than, or they try to understand life more than other people? Like Joe Rogan, if you listen to his podcast, he's always talking about like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell Brand said that in literature, there's the depiction of the jokester in a lot of stories. the jester, the joker, the guy that's always joking around. He's not really good. He's not really bad. He's like in the middle, and life is a game to him, and he doesn't take life too seriously. Life is a game. So maybe this life is a game. You always try to go and reach a better score. You try to get a better job, try to get more experience, try to get more HP, whatever the fuck.
Yep.
And maybe that's what it is. Like if you don't take life too seriously, and you treat it as a game, like you'll have a better understanding of what it is, and like what you are spiritually. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about like just spirit. Like you're one with whatever you're surrounded by. Being high on life, in other words.
Yeah, I feel like people, when they take life too serious, they don't look at what's around them. They look at what's ahead, and that's the only thing they're going to go towards. It's like a horse with blinders. They can only see what's in front of them.
Yeah, I agree, because we live life, and sometimes we don't pay attention to what's really going on around us, like the reality, and we just go off emotions, like what goes on the inside. How are you feeling on the inside? And then that transcends to what life is. If you're sad on the inside, life is sad. If you are angry on the inside, life is just angry. Everything pisses you off. But what's really happening? Like what around us is really happening? Like what?
Yeah.
So, he said that he was walking naked on a beach when he was filming Ballers with The Rock. I don't know if you've seen that show or not.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And he said that the director told him to walk naked on the beach, but he was like, oh, well, it's not a nude beach and I don't want to get in trouble with this and that. So like all the producers and all the cast, whatever, they made like a walkway of people to shield him from everybody else on the beach. And he was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm walking naked on a beach. And, and he just said like, he was like just happy to be there. Like, okay, like I'm on a beach walking naked. Like this is dope. Somebody else would be like, oh my God, like I'm scared. Like, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe people think too much with their emotions, and then that's how they live their lives. They don't realize like you're walking on a sunny beach or on a sunny park and there's birds flying and this and that, but you're sad on the inside. And then maybe we shouldn't take our emotions too seriously either, because all there is chemicals in your head that make you react and feel a certain way, but they go away. It's all in your head, but it's not really what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of people, they just like they just don't know how to focus on what makes life better. They just, because a lot of people are just like, oh, I need to get that money so I can be happy. And then they get that money and then they're not happy. Or those people are like, oh, I need to be the other gender. I'm going to be happy if I'm that. And then they're not. And then they commit suicide. And so like, no. And just like now you see everyone around how they're all focusing on how cops are bad and all this stuff. And they're not focusing on what could make them happy. They're all focusing on what makes them upset. And so they're destroying other people's lives just because they're not happy. And so they're trying to make other people unhappy.
Yeah. It's just too emotional. Like people have to like actually, see the reality of what's going on. Like, you think you need money, but money helps, but it doesn't bring happiness.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It's weird. I think that we're here from a higher power that put us here, but we're not depending on that higher power. People in religion say, oh, like, I quit my job because I didn't like it. And, I'm going to try to get another job. Then you ask them, like, okay, so have you applied anywhere? No, not yet. Okay. All right. But I know that God or whoever, Joseph Smith, is going to help me get another job. God ain't going to do shit unless you do it yourself. That's it. I
That's
don't think
one thing
God.
What?
Like I don't believe in like you got to pray to make things better, and you don't do anything to make things better. God is God is there. If your God is there to probably give you the hope, but not to do it for you. You know what I mean?
That's one thing that irritates me with religion and people like this, because they expect, because you have a doctor that has studied for however many years to be a doctor, the best doctor ever, and they give credit to whatever God and no credit to the doctor. Like
I don't. Yeah, like if my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
No, I'm gay. Go ahead.
But like they focus on religion like to get through. I understand, like, sure, you have something to look forward to and it helps you out through your life, but some people, that's all they focus on. And I see these people with on their windows of their car, like, Jesus is savior, is our savior, Jesus is the Lord, stuff like that, and they don't focus on anything but that. And sure, like, a lot of anything can be dangerous to anything. A lot of video games could be bad for you. A lot of fucking water could be bad for you.
Anything in excess is bad. Yeah, I agree. Because I was thinking about it too. I'm like, man, like, how can you just sit there and pray but not do anything about it? Like, God isn't going to snap his fingers and going to make everything better for you. If you have a God and you have a religion and you like to pray to stay at peace, yet you're still like, like that doctor, maybe he was a Christian and he prayed every night just to keep himself at peace. But at the same time, he wakes up the next morning and grinds. That's okay. If you go to religion and find peace in religion, that's totally up to you. But to sit there and not progress because you're waiting for God to do it for you, like, I hate that shit so much. Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing. I think that's what's driven me to not be as religious as I used to be, because I have my religion, but I don't believe in church. I don't believe in organized church. I don't believe that you have to go to church to be a good person. Like, I don't believe that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could be a good person. You could have your beliefs and not go to church. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's devil worshippers that are good people. They just
I'm sure there is Satanists.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure there's Satanists that are good people too. Like, we're not to judge. We don't judge.
Yeah.
And like, I see a lot of church people that go to church every Sunday, but then they're not progressing because they're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they rely on their faith so much that they're like, okay, like, I don't think God, if God were to want to make everything better for us, we would not be in this mess that we're in now.
I've seen families like in the Mormon church where they'll call them callings when they have like a certain position in the church, and some people will take those positions like super serious, and they're always gone from home and they're always at church doing stuff, and then they forget about their family and they forget about everything else, and then it kind of destroys your life.
Yeah,
like
I was like, I'm not too like I said, I have my religion and everything, but I don't go to church. I like I like admiring like patron saints because there were actual people that existed, or like they died doing something, and then the Catholic Church made them patron saints because there were actual people. Like, there was proof that they were alive, proof of what they did. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, like, I don't believe in, you got to give 10% of your salary to the church. Like, why? Like,
because
why?
They see it as like money is something that everybody needs, and it's hard to give up, and they want you to give up something that's difficult.
I'll give you my left testicle if that's what you want. Like,
right?
Yeah,
that's worth a lot of money.
Did I tell you the final straw when I was like, I can't be bothered to go to church anymore? Did I tell you why?
No.
Like it was a particular
think-
moment.
I don't.
Maybe I
You
have.
might have.
I don't
I
know.
think we were walking to the smoke pit, but I can't remember.
So when me and my wife got married, we got married through the court first, and we were planning on, getting married through the church. And I was down. I was like, yeah, whatever. I haven't confessed in a long time, so I went to go do a confession. I think the last time I actually confessed was in 2004, so it's been a while. And I go do a confession, and I tell the father, I'm telling him like this and that, and then he asked me, he's like, "Are you and your wife married through the church?" And I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Then I can't. I can hear you out and probably give you some advice, but I can't like accept this as an actual confession." And I was like,
What?
"Because I'm not married through the church." And he's like, "Yeah, you're not married through the church, so I can't accept this as an actual confession." And that was the first like, what the fuck? Okay, all right, whatever. And he's like, "Get married through the church." So I go and try to get married through the church, and we go talk to the priest, and he's like, "Well, you guys need your baptism paperwork because I got baptized when I was a baby. I need your first communion paperwork or your certificate, and I need your confirmation paper thing that you actually did the classes and stuff." And I was like, okay, I got baptized in Colombia at a little small, very small church that 3 years ago got knocked down by a tornado. And they don't keep documents like that. And I said, I did my first communion in New Orleans. I could probably get you that. And I never did my confirmation. I never got to that point. And he was like, well, you need to do it, or you need to do your confirmation. If not, I can't marry you guys. And now at that point, I was like, you know what? Like the church that I've been raised to believe in and this and that, I don't even blame it on the religion. I blame it on the church. The church that I was raised to believe in and this and that and bring all my fucking faith to is saying no because I don't have 3 papers. I bet if I gave you this $2,000 fucking offering or whatever, you'd fucking marry us. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
And at that point, I was like, I can't. No. If they're saying no to me because I don't have fucking paperwork, like, fuck you. I'm not. No. I respect the religion and everything, but the actual church format and that you have to go to church every Sunday. No, I'm not with that.
Yeah, my wife, the church I guess she went to or something like that, or the pastor she knew, let us get married there, but my little brother married us.
Yeah.
Which was
that's cool.
Which was cool.
Yeah. So
I think I still have that.
Maybe I'll have a big old Indian marriage, a wedding.
You should. That'd be funny.
Like people in India. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I don't even know if I even have that. What the heck? I have from 2014, the Sailor's Creed.
Damn.
That was like right after, let's see, when was that? February 15th, 2014. So I think I was on deployment.
Why do you have the Sailor's Creed on your phone?
I think I had to, I was doing a board.
Oh, you were trying to practice it?
Yeah, I think that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Sucking boards, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay. Going through all that. Like I'm like, oh, all this old stuff.
I think on deployment, the first paycheck that I got that was tax free. You went to the 5th Fleet, right?
Where's the 5th Fleet?
What boat did you go on?
Well, I was on the Truman for my first one, the Icon.
Oh,
second one.
Yeah, you went to the 5th Fleet, the Middle East, when you were in the Persian Gulf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went there.
I can never remember which one is what.
I remember the important ones, like 7th Fleet is like chilling right off the coast of China and Japan and shit, like the Pacific, and then the 5th Fleet is in the Middle East. But I remember that first paycheck I got from the 5th Fleet. It was so juicy.
Yeah, it's all big, and you're like, woo.
And then I fucking like zoomed out the net like the amount that I was getting paid, and I made it way bigger, printed it out, and I taped it to my rack. So every morning when I woke up or night, because I was working nights, I would see that big amount and it kind of like pushed me to get up.
Just motivate you. You're just like,
Yeah.
yes, gotta
You're all
go
like-
make some money.
You're all like dying because I don't know, but I didn't eat a lot. You told me too that you lost a lot of weight on cruise.
Yeah, I was 145 pounds getting
Yeah.
off cruise.
I was 147 pounds getting off cruise. I was sitting there like to get up. Like there was some days I would only have like one meal a day, and it was like
Yeah.
barely any food, and I don't know. I would eat avocados, and I would steal people's food in the shop.
When you go and you're like you're so hungry all the time, and you go down to the galley and you're trying to find something that you can snack on because you're so hungry.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
find
just
some
like,
beat up apple or something like.
yeah, you're like, oh, Pop-Tarts. I guess I'll
Yeah.
eat these.
Yep, and you're just eating Pop-Tarts and drinking water. That's all it is.
There was
And
one
you'll-
day
Good.
okay.
Oh, yeah, and I learned how to drink black coffee.
Oh, you had to
Yes,
learn how
yes.
to do that?
Yeah, because I was used to drinking coffee like with sugar at least, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But there was sometimes we didn't have sugar, or sometimes we didn't have creamer, sometimes we didn't have like this. So you would drink black coffee because it always gave me a kick, and I was like, oh man, yes, come on, let's go wash this jet, or let's go turn this jet, or whatever. Because I was in Light Shack at the time, and I was supervising too. So like, you know, being a supervisor, when you're in a good mood, it kind of makes everybody else in a good mood.
That's true.
You know.
What was I going to say before you rudely interrupted me?
Sorry, cult leader. I apologize, Grand Wizard.
You will be banished like the others.
Shout out to fucking Stiegel. Shout out to Gagala, Mallory, Olsen, and Hayden. All the
Yeah.
people that are supposed to be here, but are not.
Yeah. Gagala is someone that Gagala and Mallory, somebody that we served with in the military.
Yeah.
Two goofy fucks.
Yeah, Gagala made me fucking die one time. He was on mids, and you know, like on a Friday, you know, mids is like the graveyard shift. So if anybody knows, AO1 fucking Green walks in the shop, and Gagala's doing his typical like just talking shit to everybody, like, nah, I don't fucking like that, this and that, and then Green walks in, and he looks at him, and he's like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Oh man.
Who the fuck are you?
We could just get Gagala on here. Man. A fucking faggot.
Yeah. Living in Los Angeles.
I kept trying to come up with like good intros for him.
Yeah.
I wanted to call him the notorious B.I.G.
Yeah. No, I remember another like this is back in like 2019, like early 2019, late 2018. And me and him were like on the same shift. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, let's get the fuck out of the Navy. Let's go be cops in LA. Like, let's go be cops. You know? We were talking about it, like, yeah, let's just go be police officers in LAPD. And it was kind of like joking, kind of serious. Like, it was like, I think that was the point where we were both like, okay, let's, you know, fuck this Navy shit. Like, we're going to go do something else. And then we didn't talk about it. I thought he was going to re-enlist for a little bit. He was like, I'm going to re-enlist, whatever.
He was talking about it.
Yeah. And as well for me, I was also thinking about re-enlisting. And that's when the needle started going back to like the re-enlisting. And then something happened like late 2019 when shit was really hitting the fan in our case. That's when everybody was like, fuck, I'm getting out. And then he's like getting out, like, you know, going to school and stuff like that. And then I'm like serious about becoming a police officer. And I was thinking, I was like, man, back then we were joking around, but look how funny life is. Like, I actually just try to be a cop. Like, you know,
I know, right?
Yeah. So
Man, those last few years of when everyone decided they were getting out.
Yep.
Man, that's when life in the Navy sucked. Just everything's going downhill. We're all like, man, life is better on the other side. It's got to be.
It has to be. And I don't know. Some people were like giving me shit because I made first class. Like I made E6 and I still decided to leave. I'm not the first one though. Before me, there was 2 E6s that got out in our work center. So I wasn't the first one, and it's probably for a reason. The shitty part is that I was gonna run into the whole like, oh, you gotta make chief and all those politics that go in that. I'm like, nah, that's not me. If I'm gonna show how good I am, I'm gonna show it through my work. I'm not gonna show on how good I can kiss a chief's ass.
The thing that pissed me off the most is when you're trying to get out and they're trying to scare you to stay in.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then you're just like, fuck that.
That's why, I don't know, but I was talking to the CMC before I left, and he's like, I'm not worried about you getting out of the Navy because you have a good plan. Because I went up to him and I was like, this is what I'm doing, and this is how far ahead I am. He's like, yeah, I'm not worried about you. There's other people that want to get out and then they have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do.
Yeah, which makes sense of that.
Yeah.
And they just like if people are gonna get out, they're gonna get out. There's no sense of trying to keep them in because what good are they gonna be if they want to be out? Because then they're probably gonna regret not getting out if they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're probably gonna want to like get themselves kicked out. And so on, and then that's going to screw up their life even more.
Yep. I think, even though I'm not making as much money as I was when I was in, I think that life is better now. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's helped my home life a lot more. Things are coming together like I planned it, and everything. And regardless if I get into the CHP or not, like I know it'll be straight because I'm gonna make sure it's straight. Yeah. Not because I'm going to pray or anything.
Maybe you just need to pray that you get into the CHP.
I don't really pray for it. Like it was 11:11 the other night, and I wished for it, but I didn't pray. For it.
If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right?
Then you move on. Yeah, you move on and look for something else to do.
I have started getting doing my graphic design stuff like on my own, being like freelance or whatever. I am getting all my LLC and stuff like that, getting my business license and stuff like that. And so one of the guys I work with, he's been doing alarm systems for about 16 years, and he loves doing it, and he's started up his own company for doing it called Medina Security, and he has asked me to do his all of his logos and all of his stuff for him. And so I'm going to be starting to like make my own t-shirts and stuff, and so he said if I can do that, then he'll go through me to get all that stuff.
Oh, he'll go through you, big cock.
He's gonna go through my butthole.
That's good though.
So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been working on his logo.
There was a guy at work that he left at work because it was interfering with his school too much. Like he was this close to getting his diesel mechanic license, and he accumulated so many points because his school didn't really like the time where he was in school he was always late to work because he was in class. And he said, fuck it, like I'm just gonna quit the job and finish my license because he had a job lined up. So he kind of like just left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, but he was always only like 15, maybe 20 minutes late. It wasn't crazy. You know what I mean? And there's other people there. Like, it sucks that the company wasn't like, okay, we understand. Like, you know, you're late for a reason, not for because you're just fucking off.
That's what I don't like about some jobs, because they just don't care. They're just
Yeah,
like,
they don't care.
you're trying to better your life in this situation. We don't care. And so it makes it difficult. And that's one thing with the Navy, because the chief, he wanted me to go on a boat deck, and I couldn't because I got school. I do full time. And then he's like, this time it saved you, but the next time it won't. And I was like, oh, so you're going to make me fail my classes for your benefit, because you can't find these, because you keep sending them too many people on these other ones. And so
yeah. Well, I told them when they interviewed me about the CHP and how like sometimes I have to go talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I haven't done it since November, like I told them. But typically it's like on Saturdays and stuff. Like it's never during the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But if I have to miss work because I have to go talk to them, then I'm gonna do it. Like, I mean,
I would too.
If it becomes too much, then I'll just leave the job.
Yeah, you got a decent job. It's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's better than most, I would say. They gave me for not missing any days, they gave me $150.
Really?
Yeah. They gave me
That's
$150
pretty cool.
because I didn't miss work I haven't missed work since I started. So they give everybody that didn't miss anything like a bonus, which is cool. You know?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Man.
Pretty.
So, with talking about this whole life thing, what do you like for you? What? Because I'm pretty sure what is life means something different to everybody. What would it be for you?
Like what do you mean? Like what life is, or
Yeah, to you, like personally.
I think that life is what you make of it. You know, it's what you make of it. And you have to like push yourself to be better. You can't rely on other people. You can't rely on your beliefs, and you have to just try to make things better. And it's what you make of it. It's nothing's guaranteed. And I do believe in a higher power. I don't know what it is. It might be fucking Hitler on the moon with Bigfoot. I don't know, but
fly that swastika ship around.
Yeah, so it spins too, like a fidget spinner.
Yeah.
But it's what you make of it. I mean, I think that life is a game. You have to play the game well. If you don't play the game well, then you're fucked.
It's like being in boot camp.
Yeah.
You got to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to be screwed.
Yep. You have to know when to step back and know when to go for things. You know what I mean? Like some things. I think that some people try to jump into situations before they're prepared to, and they don't think about it. They're like, oh, okay, like, and then they fail, and then they're disappointed that they didn't accomplish what they wanted to do. So, you know, sometimes you have to take a step back and ask yourself, am I ready for this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one reason why it took me a long time to join the Navy, because I wasn't sure if I was quite ready for it.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I felt like, yep, I'm ready, and then I just jumped in and did it fully.
Yeah. So.
And because to me, I think life is about making yourself happy, not trying to make others happy. Because you're never, even if you're married, you're never going to make your spouse happy, like all the time. And that's one thing spouses always screw up on. They're always focused on making this person happy, which in turn makes you not happy, and so then makes your home life suck. Then what? And then everything else starts sucking.
Yeah, you have to You have to make yourself happy before you can make other people happy. If you're not happy, how in the fuck are you gonna make somebody else happy? You know what I mean? Emotionally, what? Like you could give a random hobo $100 and they're happy. You might be dying on the inside, but they're happy for that one moment. But what do you get in return? Like, oh, I gave a hobo $100. Like, like. And another thing, you can't expect anything from other people. Nobody, not even your family. Nobody. Like you can't expect people to do things for you or nothing. Like nothing. Everything is on you. You know what? I'm not too big into the horoscope thing, like the whole but I was reading something one time, and they said that Aquarius is the zodiac sign that Aquarius are usually better alone, doing stuff alone, and they appreciate their alone time than other zodiac signs.
You think that's true?
Well, I always said that I love my alone time. I appreciate my alone time, and I try to do everything on my own. I never expect anybody to help me. And even when I was younger, I would miss my grandma would give me lunch money, and I wouldn't use the lunch money so I can pay to go get soccer tickets. Like I never used the lunch money and then asked my grandma for money to buy soccer tickets. You know what I mean? Like I always did it on my own. Not once did it ever cross my mind like I'll ask her later or whatever. And even now, like nobody told me to do anything. My family's never like really like pushed me to do anything. Everything that I've ever done, I've done it because I wanted to. You know what I mean? And I don't expect nobody to help me. I rarely ask for help from anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah. So like they said that Aquarius is the lone wolf that, let's say, God forbid, like our spouses leave us, we'll find a way to survive. We'll find a way to go on, regardless if they're there or not. So
my wife's having a shitty day. She texted me, so today sucks.
Well, she's at work on a Saturday, does.
It's Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Even worse.
It's kind of nice, like working Tuesday to Saturday. It kind of makes my week seem faster.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's I don't know. All of a sudden, it's Saturday, and I'm like, "Oh shit! It's the end of the day."
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That was like right up. This sounded like you're right up against your mic.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, people rely on other people too much, and they think that nobody's forced to do anything for somebody else.
Right.
Nobody. Like
that's one thing I don't like about this new generation is they want everything done for them. They want everything now, and they want it instantly.
I'm not entitled to shit. Nobody's entitled to shit. The only thing you're entitled to is the stuff that you're entitled to.
Yeah.
But you're like, a title is earned, not given out. If you earn something, you'll get it.
Just know what I mean? The Hooded Warrior. You earned that.
Yeah, exactly.
With your raisin packing.
Yeah. But people now, like this new generation, feel like they're entitled to so much crap, and they have no idea what it's like to earn stuff.
Yeah. And it kills me.
Yeah. And I'm saying that I'm 27 years old. Like a lot of people my age are in that like entitled range, and you're not entitled to anything. Sorry to bust your bubble, but fuck you. Like you got to go earn that shit.
Yeah.
So it is. That's part of the game.
It's like our GI Bills and stuff like that, and our 10% discount.
Yeah, we did not get that just because like we had to earn that.
I went to the vape shop over here by my house, and he always recognizes me, and I was just out of the Navy, like it was just like out of my like date of literally getting out. And he's like, military discount. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I just got out of the Navy, or I just got out of the military. He's like, yeah, it's all right. Like,
yeah,
all
I
right,
never,
cool.
I never use my shit. I don't have a fucking veterans ID or anything.
California, you have to pay like $5 to get it on your driver's license.
I don't need that. Like, I could just tell them, hey, I'm a veteran. If they don't believe me, I could just show you pictures and.
Bro, that's a costume. That's probably Halloween.
Oh yeah, for real. That's why I'm on an aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean, right? What is that? A green screen? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't go to the moon either. Everything's a green screen nowadays.
Yeah, or Photoshop.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at photoshopping,
Yeah,
doing some cool images with that.
you're
Is he
my kid
knocking on the door.
He's. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
Crazy dude. He fucking fell so hard the other day. He landed on his head on the kitchen floor.
Mhm.
He's always hitting his head. Like, I'm
That's
surprised he's not like paralyzed or anything.
My kid, he was riding his scooter yesterday as we were walking around the neighborhood, and there was like the sidewalk. One of them was up a little higher.
Yeah, one of the tiles or whatever.
Yeah, and so his front wheel went off of it, and he pretty much nosedived and and almost fell and smacked his face on the ground. But then he just like got up and started going. And then he was riding, and we went across the street, and he's about to go up onto the sidewalk. You know how like it kind of angles up, but you saw that lip from the road to the sidewalk.
Yeah,
He hit that and almost went Superman flying.
I used to try to hurt myself as a kid. Oh god, he opened the door.
Is he laughing?
Yeah. He came here to fuck my shit up.
Hey, little mijo. Mijo.
Oh my god.
Oh, he wants you to pick him up. Oh, look at that look. That's the Rod look right there.
He's mad.
The little hooded warrior.
Yeah, he's hooded.
Is he gonna be a raisin packer too?
Yep, just like
his father before him.
Yeah. Like Joseph Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like you. It's so funny. He looks more and more like you. He also looks like your wife too.
Yeah, no. Get out.
Yeah, you throw him against the wall. You just go smashing through it.
Yeah. I wonder when like all the little babies nowadays, like what is their life gonna be like?
I know, right? Like, what is he
different?
gonna do? Like, what's his name again? I always forget.
Just call him Matt. It's fine.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matty Tat Tat. What's he gonna do when he's 20 years old? You know,
sell drugs.
Is he gonna be homeless?
He's gonna take my advice. Just be a homeless man, son. You don't have to worry about anything.
Just be a homeless man in San Diego, and you'll be good.
Oh yeah, in San Diego, be a homeless man in San Diego, or like a city. Perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or in San Francisco.
Yeah, because people will give you free shit.
Yeah, that's be the best way. A lot of homeless people in Salt Lake, they'll sit outside like areas where there's a lot of Mormons, and then
the Mormons give out money or something like.
Yeah, they'll give them money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, should we call it here?
Yeah, I think we've done good.
Yeah, I think so too. He wants to put your headphones on. Alrighty then. We'll end it here.
Thanks for listening.
If you listen, thanks for listening. Everyone else who doesn't listen, fuck you.
Yeah, go die.
All right. Late, guys.
Later.